All right, so today we're going to talk about Gemini in astrology. What does the sign mean on that very basic level? So the signs are essentially the attributes and qualities and characteristics that come through our experiences primarily, which is the planets, but also areas of life, which you can see through the houses in the natal chart. So in other words, if you've got planets in Gemini, then this is very important for those experiences that you have, and also your personality characteristics if it's your natal chart. And that's very strong there. But even if you don't, you can see where Gemini is in your chart in relation to your house position. And the houses is the area of life, so you can see these qualities come through those specific areas, especially if it's part of your first house, seventh house, fourth house, or your 10th house, which is the four angles of the natal chart. So Gemini, essentially coming after Taurus, once we've understood from Aries who we are, and then Taurus, our values in life, now we become very aware of the qualities that come through our relationship to the external environment. This is really where things start to split, right? If you look at Gemini, the constellation, it's the twins. So it's basically our mirror. It's a reflection of ourselves. And this can be a person, but it's also our external environment. So it's learning about ourselves and learning about life in general through our environment, through our personal relationships or our interactions with others. So that's essentially what Gemini represents. And if you can think of the qualities that come about when we do have that mirroring of our external environment, is a lot about learning. And that's a big part of the life journey, is how, what is it that we're learning? How can we learn about our experiences in life? And perhaps most importantly with Gemini, how can we do it practically? Because it's a very practical energy. It's all about the actual steps that we take along the journey. So some qualities you might see coming through prominent Gemini individuals or through certain types of areas of life will be inquisitiveness, a type of curiosity, right? The interest in wanting to learn, wanting to even share. Because it's also, it's not just receiving. The big part about the two-way process is that it's receiving and giving. So it's all about trading. Right, so that's where the practical side comes in with the actual environment, is how can we actually then make our environment better, right? So we're learning from our environment, then we're also applying it to our environment, right? And if it's social, then it's learning from others, but also sharing with others. It's a big part of this. So it's all about that curiosity, but also wanting to give and share information with others. So that's where the social energy comes through. Social energies can be seen from Gemini qualities. Communicative, practical types of qualities can be seen, like I was saying, with that more tangible approach to it. And a big part of it too is flexibility, because when you approach things in a way of wanting to learn more about them, you just naturally become a little bit more lighthearted. You just naturally become a little bit more flexible in the process, because you're open to adaptivity. You're open to seeing things in a new way and changing if need be. And that's a big quality of Gemini, is it's changing, it's adaptive, which you can see very strongly from the fact that it's a mutable energy in the Zodiac. So another important part of Gemini is that it's opposite Sagittarius. And Sagittarius and Gemini are both the understanding qualities of life. So Sagittarius is much more about the overarching perspective. It's about philosophy and theory and hypotheses, and that kind of right brain sort of perspective. But Gemini is essentially the opposite of that, in that it's very practical, scientific, and rational. So these are other qualities that can be seen through the Gemini characteristic. And if you do have a lot of Gemini placements, then to help balance that energy out, it would help to bring in more of what's possible, more of what those overarching perspectives are. And those possibilities in life. It can help neutralize what would otherwise be a very scientific sort of energy, right? So through that counterbalance, it can help, create that harmony there. And vice versa. If you've got a lot of the Sagittarius in your chart, it really helps to bring in the Gemini qualities. So that's pretty much it. It's ruled by Mercury. Okay, so you can see those characteristics, these qualities, if you wanted, through Mercury in the birth chart. And it's also associated with the third house, which we've also covered. All right, so that's Gemini in a nutshell. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you guys all next time.